Hey guys, this is Lisa from NYC Gal Out. Guys, I am still not over the messed up haircut, but I have found out that if I put my hair up, it's not that noticeable that it's jacked up. So maybe I'll just like record like this the whole entire time. I don't know, but like this, I hate it. It makes me feel old, it makes me look old, and it makes my hair look really thin. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos, I don't know if you guys have been watching my videos. There's only like 14 of you. I don't know where all my subscribers went. I had over 2,200 followers, but they're like vanished into thin air. But anyway, I'm not over this butchered up haircut. I won't be for a while. The first one messed up the style of the hair. But the second one, when I went there, I left her salon feeling bald. Like, oh, I'm just upset. And see, speak up for yourself, because I should have spoken up for myself. When I saw her taking out those shears, I should have been like, no, I don't want you using that on me at all. And I didn't. And look, it doesn't matter how old you are, but sometimes you are still afraid of confrontation, even for something like this, when it's your hair and you're the one that ends up with the negative results. But that is a huge regret, and it's traumatizing. Like, legit, I know that sounds ridiculous to say that my haircut is traumatizing, but it is traumatizing. Actually, that's how I'm starting every single recap. Just a mini rant about my hair, a mini rant and events. Anyway, let's do a double recap of Real Housewives of Orange County. I have not been wanting to do recaps or film any videos because I'm just so depressed about my hair, and I'm like legit like considering buying like freaking Rogaine or some shit, because I'm so upset. Like, if I had the money, I would sue her. I would fucking legit sue her. Where I left you guys last time was Katie's potluck dinner. And, I was riding for Katie until I found out that she recorded Shannon. And now, even when Tamara dropped that tea, I was like, oh, you know what? I don't believe it. This is just Tamara being messy. There's probably more to it. But no, there wasn't more to it. More to it was Katie claiming that she was on the phone with the investor. That don't even make no damn sense. You were so mad that Shannon came in with whoever she was talking to on speakerphone. You were so mad that you were on a call with your investor, that you hung up the phone call with your investor to record Shannon. That don't make no damn sense. Shannon has every right to be mad. I don't think she was overreacting. I feel like what Shannon was saying was right on the money. This whole entire time, you knew how she was feeling with Alexis and John saying that they have this DUI video of Shannon the night that that she was like all messed up and drunk and whatever. You knew how she felt, so you were sitting there and you still chose to do that. And what she did was she did it afterwards. She didn't do it while they were filming the season. She did it at the gallery, which is after the season. So yeah, that's messed up. And it's really odd, because Shannon was the one that didn't go after Katie. And that shows to me that Shannon felt comfortable enough to have that kind of meltdown. Because if you're not comfortable in front of another person, you're going to usually try to be on your best behavior. But Shannon having a meltdown with whoever she was on speakerphone with, that says to me that Shannon felt comfortable and safe enough to act that way in front of Katie. And the fact was, she wasn't safe enough to act that way in front of Katie, because Katie, that is a betrayal of privacy and trust. Because while she's thinking, well, I could do this in front of Katie, Katie's like pulling out her phone and freaking recording this shit. I don't know. Katie's kind of like on my shit list right now. I was rooting for her. You watch any of my recaps. Actually, no, let me take that back. You can't watch any of my recaps because I haven't uploaded them yet. I'm getting to it. If you guys have been following me from my old channel, I say upload dicks don't lie. But in this situation, upload dicks lie. They will absolutely lie, because you're going to see book uploads from me from July, August, September. I'll probably be wrapped up with this around like September, October. But you're going to see like these bulk uploads. And in this situation, upload dicks do lie. But anyway, the reason that she gave Shannon about being pissed because she was on the phone with her investor, Shannon in her confessional was just like, if your phone call with the investor was so important, why didn't you get up and leave the room? Instead, you hung up and you pushed record. Yeah, Katie. Why? I will say, though, that Tamara coming in and was like, are you okay? Well, I do care about you and all this other stuff. So Heather, she had a birthday party for herself 2 months after the fact. Whatever, any reason to have a party. But like Emily said, why call it a birthday party? Why not just say you're having a party? Like, yes, legit, girl. Like, if you have money like that, you have status like that, you don't need to tell people that you're throwing a birthday party for yourself. Just be like, I'm having a party. Who cares? Who cares what the reason is? The reason is just because you want to have something to film for the Bravo cameras. And that's fine. So I'm totally in sync with that, which I don't agree with Emily on jack shit, but like I agree with that. Like, why don't you just say you're having a party? Why say you're having a birthday party anyway? So Tamara, she does twist things around, and I'm glad that it was caught in camera, because apparently she told the other ladies that Katie's husband Matt yelled at her. And they did roll the tape, and Katie addresses it in her confessional. She's like, you know, typical of Tamara, taking something with just enough truth and twisting it. And she said, my husband didn't yell at you. He didn't even raise his voice. You know, all he said was, come on, Tamara. When she was saying like, oh, I care about you, Matt was like, oh, come on, Tamara. And they rolled the footage. And that was all he said. He wasn't confrontational. He didn't even raise his voice. So there she goes, trying to be a drama queen, trying to win over, you know, sympathy and whatever. Ridiculous. I mean, she was acting as if Matt approached her the way messy ass Joe Gorga approaches women. Please. There was like a scene with Gina, I guess Gina and her fiance, boyfriend, I don't know what he is. They opened up a realty business together, and they were showing an open house, and Tamara went to this open house to Kiki, and there was also a scene with Tamara and her younger daughter. I can't remember what her name is, but she is like going to community college for something, and Tamara seems like she wants to kind of kick her out, but not kick her out. Like, she wants her to be independent, live on her own, and all this other stuff. Her daughter seems a little reluctant to leave, but like, look, housing in California and in New York City is very expensive. So I totally get her not wanting to leave. She probably lives there rent free. I wouldn't want to leave. And there's also a scene with Jen and Ryan. Jen's second eldest son, he decided to join the Marines. Kudos to him. Hey, simplify, right? Go get it, devil dog. So he's waiting for his pickup date. I'm guessing he took like all of his, you know, requirements and stuff like that, physical. He did all of that. He just needs to be picked up for recruit. He's in San Diego, or well, he's in California, so they ship you off. If you're on that side of the country, you go to Pendleton, you go to San Diego. If you're on the other side, you go to South Carolina, you go to Paris Island. From what I remember anyway. So he's joining the Marines. Kudos to him. It'll make him into a man. If the military can't do it to you, nothing will. So that's good for him. But then her eldest son, I guess he needed a student loan or something. And Jen was not comfortable signing onto that loan with her ex-husband. And somehow they looped their younger son into signing a student loan for his older brother. That's kind of messed up. And Ryan and Jen kind of break it down to him, like what it means to sign on to a loan for someone, even a student loan. You know, yeah, the other person is getting the benefits. You're not getting jack shit. And that's crazy that his brother wouldn't be able to do that on his own and needed his younger brother. So that like tells me that his older brother probably has shitty credit, because the younger brother, normally you would assume that the younger brother would have even less credit. But if you're needing your younger brother to sign this loan for you, then you probably have like really shitty credit. Anyway, then there's this whole buildup of Tamara bringing Slade's ex, Joe, to Heather's event. So Heather invites Tamara and invites Jen, and Tamara's like, well, my lawyer said basically just to stay away from Ryan because he's Sue happy. But listen, Tamara, you run that mouth. You do. You said you had information, or you knew. You act as if it was firsthand knowledge, or that you had concrete proof that Ryan's house got raided by the FBI. The way you were popping off about that, you acted as if it was concrete evidence, as if you had receipts, as if you had seen an indictment or something. So that was the way you were popping off about it last year. But now you're like, oh, okay, I messed up. I heard, I thought, I whatever. And Jen was like, look, you said that, and I had to go get a lawyer and spend money that I didn't have to fight this because I have minor children living in the home where you're saying that the home was not safe and that the FBI basically raided the house. Anytime an FBI is raiding your house, that is not a safe environment. So Jen was pissed, and rightfully so. Messy. And this is why, like, she does not have a good relationship with her children. She doesn't have a good relationship with any of her children, I feel like, except for like her younger daughter, but I'm not even really sure about that relationship. Who knows what the hell goes on behind closed doors. Tamara thought she would be messy by bringing Joe in, but it kind of fell flat Gretchen doesn't have a problem with Joe. She went up to Joe and, they said hi, they talked. Gretchen in her confessional was like typical of Tamara. She thought she was going to do something, but I don't have a problem with Joe. And it fell flat. It was like this big buildup of like, oh, okay, there's going to be a confrontation. And it was like just flat. But in the confessional, Gretchen said, it's not the point of whether or not I get along with Joe. It's the fact that Tamara, being messy-ass Tamara, thought that she was going to be disruptive and be able to pull something, to have a moment. Basically, she thought she was going to have a moment by bringing Joe, Slade's ex, to this event where she knew I was going to be there and she knew Slade was going to be there. Emily and Gina, those two are so forgettable that's like, I don't even know. Those two should be demoted to friends of. There was jack shit going on, but besides from jack shit going on, they were being mean. They were being mean and messy to Gretchen. They were saying she looks plastic. They were saying like, all this other stuff. Like, I'm not even sure what the hate was, but Emily, for somebody who had a nervous breakdown over wearing jeans that were a size 16, or was it a size 14? Over having a meltdown about wearing size 14 jeans. Like, girl, you legit was like about to freaking, you needed a Xanax to calm your ass down when Heather gave you a pair of jeans. Like, are you kidding me? You should not be talking about anybody's look. You look like, I don't know. You want to talk about plastic. They all look plastic, except for Katie. Katie's the only one that doesn't look plastic, but you all look plastic. You all look alike. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Jen and Tamara, they do meet up on a one-on-one, and they kind of hash it out a little, and Tamara talks about like hair extensions and basically that Jen wants to be her. Jen's like, you're trying to spin this narrative like some single white female. You're twisting things and situations to fit your narrative so that you could come out as if like whatever. Tamara's just so unlikable. We see Shannon and all of the dates that she went on, or not went on, but all of the guys that she went on dates with Bravo's Hotel Love Island. I don't know. It's like Bravo's version of Love Island, I guess. But she bought like 3 dates with her to this event. She bought like 1 date to bowling, another date to Heather's event, and like, I don't know, I think a third guy popped up somewhere, but I can't remember. And that's it. There was like this awkward ass scene where Emily and Gretchen were talking about like sex and broken penis and whatever. And their significant others were like obviously very embarrassed and was just like, what the hell? So Gina and Heather, they meet up with Katie, and apparently Tamara has told the ladies that Katie was telling stuff to a podcaster named Kiki Monique to, put out stuff about the cast, and Katie is adamant. She's denying it. She's like, what? Prove it. I'm like, no, that absolutely did not happen, and all this other stuff. I feel like they're trying to make Katie into like this reality Monteith bomb drop, and it's just not landing. It's not. But at the same time, Katie, she's had a lot of missteps, and she's just, she's given herself a bad reputation, kind of. Not a bad reputation, but her explanations are starting to falter a bit, and she had a lot of grace, I felt like, from the fan base because she was a newbie. Even me, she was my favorite last season. I was gonna say go watch my videos. You guys can't watch shit, but but when I get to uploading those old ass videos, you'll see I was rooting for Katie. But yeah, that like leaves a really bad taste in my mouth with what she did with Shannon. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see where the season goes with this. But apparently Katie didn't go on the cash trip with these ladies. So we'll see how that plays out. All right, guys, let me know what you guys thought of episode 3 and 4. How are you enjoying the season so far? What do you think about the whole Katie and Shannon situation? Do you feel that, according to Shannon, she's worse than John Jansen, worse than Alexis Bellino, even worse than Tamara Judge? Do you think that Katie Ginanella is worse than Tamara Judge? Let me know, guys.